Morning Fix ongoing. We jump straight back to the papers and, of course, some of the stories making the headline.
Yeah. Back page of the Daily Nation.
Yes.
It's all about the police. The top half talks about MPs approving Douglas Kanja to be the new police boss. And the bottom half talks about a truce in the ongoing police and judiciary feud, or at least that's what the president is calling for.
And of course, as we look at the MPs approve Kanja to be new police boss, and they expect him to actually condemn abductions. A lot of developments in the police service, simply because we've been seeing some levels of defiance, especially after the Gen Z-led protests. So members of parliament, of course, have approved Douglas Kanja as the new Inspector General of Police. This paves way for his swearing in State House, and Kanja will succeed Japhet Koome, who resigned amid anti-government protests. The MPs tasked Kanja with addressing enforced disappearances and police brutality against protesters, and he's also expected to uphold the rule of law and eradicate corruption within the police service. Now, most recently, we've seen one thing. Just last week, Justice Mugambi sentenced Gilbert Masengeli to 6 months in jail for failing to comply with the court orders of child custody, and then MPs condemned acts of disobedience by police bosses to court orders.
That's right. So the second half talks about the president calling for a truce in this feud that's going on between the judiciary and the police. I think calling it a feud is sort of bad wording from the president, because only one party here is in contempt of court, right? And the overall law of the land, which is the constitution. But President William Ruto said that the feud between the judiciary and the police requires both entities to work together to promote democracy and respect for the rule of law. That was during the launch of the reforms for the police, prisons, and National Youth Service in Lower Kabete in Nairobi. That's at the Kenya School of Government. He says the National Police Service is an independent institution, so is the judiciary. But ultimately, we have one master, who is the people of Kenya, and we must make sure that we work together towards serving not the interest of individuals, but the collective interest of the people of Kenya. He said this in the presence of acting IG, that is Gilbert Masengeli, which again, I find it odd to talk about calling for the rule of law and serving the people of Kenya while in the presence of someone who is in contempt of court and who has been sentenced as a result for 6 months and still has not appeared for his judgment.
And of course, just understanding that this cooperation between the police and the judiciary should work for the people, not against the people, because I believe the judiciary has really been on the upper side of trying to make sure that everything is done with a lot of justice in mind. And that's their job. We're not commending them for doing their job, but we are saying that it's not been a norm with Kenya, especially when it comes to matters judiciary. It never operated as an independent wing or arm of government. And most recently, when we started seeing things work, we are in total awe and surprise, just looking at the situation on ground. We hope that they get to have a form of cooperation so that we can be served properly as Kenyans, right?